Hey guys, it's Alicia. Hope you are all doing well. I have been obsessed with these embroidered varsity designs lately, so I wanted to see how far I could actually go in customizing these in Canva. And right here you can see this design I made and also the way that it's arched. I learned the upper arc. And honestly, this would be such a time saver for people, so I made my own pack and I linked the edible packs below. The possibilities are absolutely endless with these. I did include the varsity letters, and there is another font that also includes the upper and lowercase letters, and of course the symbols and the numbers, and I will have that linked below. So I'm going to get right to it and show you this. Now, first of all, this design looks like a real stitching, but it's not. It's actually a digital design, and I just became so obsessed and just love the look of this. So I'm going to show you how I make these, and I'm going to go ahead and get busy on here. So here are the letters here, and the first thing that I'm going to do, because these letters are made up of two layers. So you've got your outline stitching, which if you look close, you can see that looks realistic. You got your outside stitching, and then you can put whatever you want into this frame. So what I'm going to first do is just highlight this, and I'm going to group this together, and then I am going to copy. And I'm going to go to my blank page here, and then I'm going to paste. Once I do that, you can go up here and you can ungroup those. And then I'm going to go over here and find my M. And the same thing, I'm going to go ahead and kind of highlight this. And, oh, these are already grouped. So I'm going to go ahead and right click. And I'm going to go ahead and copy, and once again I'm going to go back to my page that was blank, and I'm going to paste the design right here, and I'm going to move this over here. You'll see why I group and ungroup them here in a moment. Okay. So now that they're over here, I'm actually going to ungroup this, and I'm going to pull this up here and just kind of move it out of the way momentarily, and I'm going to keep the M here, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to ungroup this, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, pull the A up here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this over here. This is where the possibilities can become absolutely endless. And I'm going to show you that here. So I'm going to go over here. You can either go to your elements here, and you can find some sort of digital paper that you want to put over here on this design if you want. I actually have a design that I'm already wanting to use that I uploaded a while back, and I'm going to go totally cottagecore on here. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to put this over here until it goes into the letter. There's one. And then there's the other one. So because we're spelling out the word mama, which I'm surprised this word is still like in style, and I have a feeling probably after Mother's Day this year, maybe it'll start going out because it's been sort of a hot seller for quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and click duplicate on this, and I'm going to put this over here on the other side, and also I'm going to hit duplicate on this, and then I'm also going to put this over on the other side. I'm not going to leave these spaced so far apart for so long. I'm doing this for just a moment. So here on this one, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate, put that one above there, and then also duplicate this one and put this one over here. Okay, now I am going to pull these now down here a little bit, because I have found that when using Canva letter frames, it is easier to pull these down here and to pull them into the outline. But before we do that, I want to change the color of this outline, and this is what I meant with possibilities are endless. So I'm going to go over here to edit, and I am going to definitely want either a pink or a blue, because this digital paper is like a pink or a blue, and I'm trying to decide which one I want. So I'm going to go ahead and see which one I like better, and I'll just kind of scroll down until I see something I like. Do I really want to change it to the blue? And it would look something like this. But let me see what it would look like with the pink. And I'm going to go over here to edit. And we're going to go to filters. And I'm going to find a pink, which is usually down here somewhere near the bottom. I'm going to see what this blush color is, and then I'm going to take and move this up here. And I'm going to be honest, I think between the two, and it could be maybe mixed opinions. Comment below which one you like better, but I think I kind of like the pink because it really brings out the pink flowers. So I think I'm going to go over here on this one, and I'm going to change the color on this one as well to blush. Okay, and then the same thing here. I'm going to pull this one down, and I'm going to pull this again. I don't know why. I personally find it easier to put the letter frames inside first, because to me it's just much easier. They get kind of irritating sometimes, and you just have to play around with them. And then I'm just changing the color of all of these to blush. Now that I have these, I'm going to go ahead and group these together just so that they're easier to work with. So I'm just going to group each one of these together. So now that I have these all grouped together, I'm going to go ahead and just make these a little bit bigger. Sometimes I can do this just to save time. Since we have this letter here and it's already sized to where it's going to fit, I can go ahead and delete this letter right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this and move this over here, and the same thing with the M. So I'm really liking this, and I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to group them all together just so I can move them and kind of get it centered. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you how to arc just the top arc. Now, I'm sure we've all seen in Canva how you can curve letters. Well, I'm going to show you how you can curve just the top part. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to download this as a transparent background, and only page 2, because I definitely don't want to download all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and check, and I just want to download page 2 and as a transparent background, and I believe I've got that checked. So I'm just going to go ahead and download. Now we are going to head over to Photopea, and don't let this intimidate you all, because I promise you it's easy. This is super simple, and I'm going to go to new project, and it really doesn't matter what we click on. I just need something landscape to create this. So here's our blank canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and click over here on the right. This is our layers panel, and I'm going to click on this eye just to hide the layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and file, and I'm going to open, and we're going to bring over that design that we just created. And perfect, it's on the transparent background just like I wanted it to be. And now I'm going to show you something super cool. Let me get this down here. And sometimes you got to play around with this just a bit, kind of get it. So if you have this highlighted, if you look up here where it says warp, if you just tap on this, it's going to put some blue dots over here. And you want to slightly, you don't need to get crazy with it or anything like that, just tap on the blue dot, and we're going to go up with it just a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing over here with this one. And we can always come back down if we get this too much. But honestly, let me just a tad, just a smidgen down. But honestly, this is exactly the way that I would have wanted this to turn out. So I'm now going to go over here and file. I'm going to export as a PNG. It's going to take it a minute because this is a pretty large file. Look at how good this quality is. Look at this stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Perfect. Now I'm going to go back over here to Canva, and I'm going to go into my mockup, which is right here. Somebody commented on one of my other videos the last time, and they said they saw everything but they didn't see where I got the mockup. These are mockups that I purchased a long time ago. I bought these directly, I believe, on Etsy. If you are looking for mockups, you can, usually Etsy is a great place to look for mockups. So now I'm going to go over here, and this is also where I can decide, do I really like that color? Do I really, we'll see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and upload what we just created. And this one has the top arc, the top curve, where it's just the bottom. The whole thing is not that way. So I'm now going to put this over here, and I'm going to take this down a little bit and bring it up here some, and let me take a look at this. This is also where we can sort of play with this now that it's on a white background. Do we want to make this darker? What would we like to do with this? But I do want to show you something. Look at that stitching. Look at the design. That's what it looks like. I love cottagecore. I really do. I just love it. And that stitching looks so realistic. So I think I'm going to play around just a little bit more before I am finished with this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to click edit again. I love playing with these filters over here. Let me see if I can find something that I like a little bit better. Ooh, I'm really kind of liking that. That is like a much darker blue, more pronounced colors. I don't think I would like any of these. That would be way too pink. This is just where you can kind of see if you like these colors or if you don't like them. And I don't want to go this far as to X Pro or anything like that. So I think that I like this right here, and this is the way I'm going to keep it. So once again, I'm going to pull this up so you can see the design and you can see it up close. And this is how it turned out. I think this turned out absolutely beautiful. So don't forget, I have these letters linked down below, just the plain ones, so you can make your own if you would like. And thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.